Tonight on Business Live, $750 million Afrexim Bank loan finally hit Bank of Ghana's account, a development expected to help slow down the rate of depreciation of the local currency. Ahead, we'll bring you fine details as well as projects that the loan will be financing. Also, Food and Beverages Association upbeat about specific strategies targeted at stabilizing the city as it expresses worry about the negative impact on its operations.
You see, when government makes pronouncements, it really goes a long way to at least remedy certain situations that you would expect would have been the worst.
Later on the Joy Business shopping list, we will take you to the markets where prices of fish and some seafood have witnessed significant increase.
1 kilo is 85 cedis. So you multiply, this is the price, this is the weight, and this is the total amount. So this fish is going for 935 cedis, which is almost 1,000 Ghana cedis for, yes, for this big one. Yeah.
My name is Beverly Broohm. Details coming up shortly. Please stay with us. Hello and welcome. Now, let's take a look at the details of our stories today. Banks are insisting that activities of speculators have largely contributed to the cedi's sharp depreciation against other major trading currencies. Demand for dollars has quadrupled over the past month, resulting in the cedi depreciating by more than 30% against the dollar. But the banks maintain that the demand for dollars is not meant for business purposes. Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Association of Banks, John Ewa, has been speaking on PMS Press Business Edition.
When a bank is lending, they take a whole lot of environmental factors into account. So they may have projected that inflation, which was 9% not too long ago, maybe at max will be around 10, 11%. All of a sudden, we are talking about upwards of 30%. They would have projected, based on the cash flows of the borrower, that, oh, your cash flow projection gives us an excess cash flow of X amount, based on which we can give you Y amount at this interest rate. Now, a policy rate has increased from 17% all the way to, where we have it now, in 20s. And how do you factor these unexpected, unplanned environmental factors that you do not control? So if because of that, the cash flow pressures on your borrower is such that they cannot pay, it has nothing to do with the level of due diligence that you undertake. You would have taken all factors into account. But the kind of situation we are, who would have predicted that the currency, which was depreciating at 3%, 4%, all of a sudden will shoot to 30%? Nobody. I'm not sure there is any.
All your models, I know the banks, you have a lot of modeling and extrapolations and all those things that you do.
Very sophisticated modelers, talking about the rating agency, they did not foresee this coming, that the cedi will go at this time, over 30% of depreciation. That the Ghana reference rate, which was around 13.5% not so long ago, will go all the way to almost 24%. Nobody can predict this. We couldn't have predicted it. So no matter the level of due diligence, which banks, because of all the issues that we've gone through, have really taken the trouble to ensure that the facilities they put on their books are strong, and these facilities are self-liquidating, can take care of their repayment. If these environmental factors cause a stress in a borrower's cash flow, your due diligence will not solve the problem. If impairment is coming, you have to prepare for it.
Now, away from that, the $750 million Afrexim Bank loan has finally hit Bank of Ghana's account. The transfer was made yesterday. Government is primarily looking forward to using this money to finance some infrastructure projects. However, the Bank of Ghana will take the dollars and give the cedi equivalent to the government. This will go a long way to boost the central bank's reserves, a move that could help slow down the cedi's rate of depreciation against the dollar. I'm joined in studio by Assistant Editor of Joy Business, George Wiafe, with some fine details on the loan as well as some projects it will be financing. Hello, George.
Hi, Beverly. So it's about the details.
Yes.
So let's try and break it down, as you earlier said in your introduction, where it's coming in 3 tranches. So we have one that came in US dollar, that was $187 million. The other one was 193 million euros, and the last one was 332 million USD. Now, 2 of these facilities are going to be paid over 7 years, and the last one you're looking at 10 years, and it has a 3-year moratorium. So it came in yesterday. The SWIFT note was sent in from Afrexim, and it has hit Bank of Ghana's account. So now the money is finally in.
But is government just going for this loan to show up Bank of Ghana's reserves?
So no, it is basically to undertake some infrastructure projects. But the Bank of Ghana is the bank for government. So anytime there's an international transaction, the money comes to hit Bank of Ghana's account, and then government goes to draw down from its account at Bank of Ghana. Now, we are not supposed to be spending dollars internally unless you are doing an international transaction or something. So Bank of Ghana is going to take these dollars and euros that has come in, and then, just like what you said, they're going to give the cedi equivalent. Now, I know you'll be coming to get the details of the projects, and we'll try and give you details of it. So if, for instance, government is going to finance the Ofankor Road, and time is due to pay the contractors, the government would write a check to the contractor or to the Bank of Ghana, and the Bank of Ghana is going to give the cedi equivalent to the government or the contractor for it to be paid. So by Bank of Ghana, since we don't print dollars in this country, Bank of Ghana would then want to take that dollars and euros and then use it to shore up its reserves, whilst it gives the cedi equivalent to government of Ghana. So that is how things is going to work out. Bank of Ghana believes that they can use this money to support their reserve, because we need dollars primarily to finance our maybe needs when it comes to importing petroleum products and all those things. So that is how it is going to help stabilize the Ghana cedi, whilst government would also draw down that money to finance ongoing infrastructure projects. So the main aim of this loan was to finance certain basic infrastructure projects in the country. But
specifically, I don't know if you have info of that. Specifically, can you give us some of the projects that these funds will be used for? So
if you just do a quick count, there are about 15 projects, and you're looking at ongoing projects and new projects as well. So we can talk about the Ofankor and Salom Road project that are going on. There are still some aspects that needs to be finished as well. So part of this money is going to go to that. We have the Ejisu Konongo Road project as well. Part of this money is going to be used to finance that. The completion of the Nsawam Apija Road project as well. Part of this is going to go to that money. And also don't forget the Swami Interchange and then local network project as well. Some is going to go to that one as well. The completion of the Sofo Line Interchange project, we are going to see some money being advanced there as well. The construction of the Kwabenya Pedwasi Road project, it is a government of Ghana counterpart funding. So even though government or a development partner is financing a road, there's a fraction of that that needs to be contributed by government. So government is going to draw down part of these amounts to also go to that one. We also have the Ifie Chrome project that government is also financing, and sports project for construction of stadia and sports infrastructure for the All African Games. So we're going to host that, I think, is the next year or so.
Yeah.
Part of that is also going to go to that as well. So we have a list of 15 projects mixed of new and ongoing projects that is going to finance. So it wasn't necessarily just going to borrow this money just to come and sit up and build your reserves, because this is a loan. And as I told you earlier, when you're looking at paying over 7 years, 10 years, you have to pay. Now, how do you invest these monies in projects that are self-financing, or even if it's a social project, how would that lead to productivity where people can pay taxes to the state, or even encourage work that people can pay taxes even from the market? So for instance, if you are constructing a road that leads to a market, it believes that when people go to these markets, the women there will make a lot of profit and they will pay taxes and tolls to the state.
Sure. But finally, before I let you go, how is this going to impact our currency?
Well, so the currency challenge here is a demand and supply issue. So do you have enough reserves that you have built from exports to support your currency? One of the reasons, if you engage the commercial banks, and as earlier on you heard from Johnny Wa, apart from the real demand where companies need these dollars to finance imports and all the rest, another thing that is driving this depreciation is the fears that next month the rate is going to go up. The fear is that next month, when I need dollars to pay my school fees, I cannot get it. So a lot of people are rushing to get dollars in store for this rainy day. So what things like this might do for us is that it gives us some assurance for those investors that Bank of Ghana is building up its reserves so that in crisis time, they can meet these imports. There's a likelihood that it could slow down those people who are going out to demand dollars because there's a fear that come October, come November, there wouldn't be dollars. Let us also not forget that all other things being equal, government will commence negotiations with the IMF for a program next month. The bit about the fiscal that is driving this demand as well will bring some comfort to investors, and that might slow the rate of depreciation that we've seen with the past months, or maybe some stability.
Let's make some projections. I mean, moving forward, what's the fortune of the city?
That's a very, very difficult one. But I'm saying that if you want to stick to the modules and all those things, our best bet is that the sharp rate of depreciation that we saw last month is going to slow. Whilst the IMF negotiations will deal with the fiscal concerns, this one and the cocoa loan syndication coming in will also build up Bank of Ghana reserves, and they might be in a better position to support the currency. So our best bet, if you want to look into the crystal ball, is that the rate of depreciation will slow. Our best could be stability going forward.
Thank you so much. And that's George Wiafe, Assistant Editor for the Joy Business Department. Away from that, members of the trading community have backed down on a decision to close down shops on Monday in protest of the depreciating currency. They met with the Council of State Thursday afternoon, where they were assured of swift solutions. Now, President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Guta Joseph Obing, however, says traders are giving the government 1 month to find solution.
There are so many things that they are doing that we do not know. But we were to embark on our demonstration, and trust you me, we were going to make a definite statement on Monday. And our members have told us that they didn't even want 1 day and that we should do it for 2 days. Thereafter, the regions were calling for 1 week, and that we were going to follow it up the following week with a closure. So that because our problem is such that we need a solution, and that we need something that will give a pinch to the leadership, and that's what we wanted to do this. We were not going to do this out of malice. So when Council of State, out of its own wisdom, called us, we had earlier been called by the National Security, the Trade Ministry, and then also the Finance Ministry, and then we have had joint meetings and all that, and very interesting discussion were put on, and especially here too, we have been able to engage with the good counsel coming from our Council of State, and that we have now toned down on our demands, and then like the advice that they have given, Nana has given us with his council, we are going to stop the close down on Monday, and then the committee that have been set by the eminent body will take effect from Monday.
Meanwhile, the Executive Secretary of the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, Sam Agri, says government must come up with specific strategies intended to stabilize the depreciating cedi.
You see, when government makes pronouncements, it really goes a long way to at least remedy certain situations that you would expect would have been the worst. And therefore, if government has any solution, they must quickly come out to announce that we are doing A, B, C, D to try and remedy the situation. But when you tell us that there is a solution or you know what is happening and you are not announcing any specific measures to bring down what is happening, then of course we'll still go down that trend in ensuring that our businesses are protected in that way. But for Council of State to come out to say that they are going to meet us and ensure that certain things are done, we only hope that government will listen, whatever the outcome may be. Because when we take taxes, and we expect that when there's a problem coming or if there's a problem that has developed, it's these same taxes that will go to remedy some of these situations. And therefore, we are paying to government, we expect that in times like this, certain measures will be taken to at least try to cushion the situation for a while.
The Joy Business Shopping List comes your way every Friday at 5 p.m. That's how we end Business Live here on the Joy News channel. My name is Beverly Broohm. For more news, do log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Enjoy the rest of our programs.